Hello, welcome to Microsoft Excel, bonus video number 2, conditional formatting. What I have for you today is the Selkirk wood store that we built back in level 2 with the if statement. If you kept this one, you can pause the video now, go find it and open it up, and you can do the activity along with me. Okay, welcome back. Conditional formatting is used to help accentuate cells that contain certain values. Now, there's a lot of different things you can do with conditional formatting. We're going to look at just one of those examples as it pertains to our if statements that we did with the wood inventory store. So if you remember back to this video in level 2, I talked about how a lot of times students would question me and go, can we do something more than just say order more? Can we do something more than just using capital letters versus lowercase letters to help something stand out? So order more and plenty is pretty good, rather than, yes, no. If we had single word type of answers, at least order more is 2 words, it stands out a little bit, versus plenty, which is shorter. But a lot of times if we had words that were roughly the same size or whatnot, we need something more to accentuate it so it stands out or jumps out at us. Here's where conditional formatting comes into play. So conditional formatting is based on the idea that if a certain condition is met, then it's going to do something for us. In this case, we're going to use colors. So here's what we have to do. First step is to highlight the D column, and I'm just going to click on the letter D so it highlights the entire column. The reason I want to do that is because if we expand this spreadsheet to include more products that we sell in our wood store, then the conditional format will still be there for all of the new things that are coming onto the list. If we know that we were not going to sell any more product or expand this any further, then we could just select the small stretch of data that we have. It all depends on where you want to go with the spreadsheet. So remember, this status column actually is an if statement. There's math in there. This has all been finished. So the conditional formatting, as I mentioned previously in this video, is something that happens after the fact. It really is one of the last things that you'd apply into a spreadsheet. So where are we going? Under our home ribbon, way over here on the side, it says conditional formatting. So once you have the column selected, we hit the conditional formatting. And what I'll do is I'm just going to slide this down a little bit so that you can see it, hopefully. Because we're kind of stuck a little bit with the video in the corner. Sorry, there we go. And you have a variety of choices here. Highlight cell rules, top, bottom rules, data, bars, color, scales, icon sets, new rules, clear rules, manage rules. Well, we're going to look at just using the pre-formatted highlight cells rules. But as you can see, the bottom 3 also contain programming your own rules, clearing rules that you program, or even managing multiple rules. Yes, conditional formatting, you can have rules upon rules upon rules. So it can get quite extravagant in terms of what you could apply, but we'll keep it fairly simple for us right now. So again, sorry, I'm just going to slide this over a bit more. I just noticed that our picture-in-picture is getting in the way. All right, here we go. So highlight cell rules, and here's my choices. Highlight cells that are greater than a certain value, less than, between, equals to. Well, all of those would work for numbers only. So greater than a certain value, less than a certain value, between 2 values, or specifically equal to 1 value, only for numbers. We have responses in this case that are words. So we're going to use text that contains. And you can see past there, there's even date reminders. Those are used an awful lot. So for example, you have a spreadsheet that's keeping tabs of billings and things, and somebody is late paying, right? It'll turn red on a date occurring saying this bill is now overdue. So there's wonderful practical applications that you can do here. Across and down, we're going to go to text that contains, and we're going to go ahead and give that a left click. And here's what pops up. So we have a style button, and if I click the drop down there, you can see it gives us an option for a variety of different icons or color scales or things. I'm just going to leave it as the default. That's fine. My choice for my rule, format only cells that contain, well, yes. Versus, of course, ranking values and duplicate values and all kinds of other things. We want to just focus on cells that contain something specific. Do we want to choose a certain type of text? Well, we'll leave it as the default. And of course, we want it containing certain words. And we would type in those words over in here. So before I do that, I'll just talk a little bit about the last part. And this is the color scheme. So it gives us a handful of options. Light red fill with dark red text, yellow with dark yellow, green with green, light red fill, red text, red borders, or then you can go custom and make your own. As you can imagine now, if you're thinking a bit, wow, I could have it be, I guess, black for normal. I could have yellow as a warning when we get into a certain range, and I could have red when we actually are in trouble. So yeah, you can do multiple rules, and you can format and stick multiple different features over top of each other in here. It's a wonderful tool. We'll leave it on the default, light red fill with dark red text. Okay, the last piece is I need to type in the text rules. Remember, this is going to apply red fill and dark red text on words that contain, or sorry, cells that contain the certain words. So here we go. Order, space, more. Now notice I typed it in capital first letter, lowercase the rest, not a problem. Go ahead and click OK, and it applies instantly. Okay, so I'll slide this back over again, and I'm just going to deselect that column. On my MacBook, it applied it when I pressed enter. If I remember right, on a PC, as I already started to type in OR, it would start to apply the color right away, just because our other word is plenty. So there's such a difference between those words that it would actually apply the filter as you were going. On the Mac, I had to press the OK button at the bottom in order for it to apply the filter. But this is great. This is a lot of stuff that students ask for when we're together in a class, is how to make a spreadsheet like this one, how to make these things stand out a bit more, how to have a bit more vibrancy to it. As I said, we've only got 10 options on here, and the words stand out quite a bit differently already, because a small single word and a double word, it's not that hard. But when there's similar words in there, then it is a challenge. So sometimes it's better to provide a conditional formatting over top. Just to show you that it does work properly, I'm going to go up to oak trim, and we're going to put that up to 56, because I don't remember what our threshold was. And I press enter, the color disappears, the status changes to plenty, and we're good. Somebody comes in and wipes us out of oak molding. I only have 12 left now. Press enter, and it turns red. Okay, and that would continue all the way down over here, even though we don't have anything in those cells. But if we were to start adding in and extending our spreadsheet further, the conditional formatting is applied to the entire column D all the way down. So it's ready there to go whenever you need it. Thanks for watching.